So I'm going to talk about a fun topic I enjoy, and it's Marvel and DC crossover references. I'm only going to go into three in this video because the last one especially is going to require some explanation. So if people are interested, I'll do more of these because I have some more I could put in, but I chose not to. So we're going to go over three cool Marvel DC crossover references that you probably have never heard of. My favorite one is going to be last, and it will require a lot of talking. So let's get the first one out the way. I'm just kidding, guys. A lot of people know about this comic, and while it is very fun, we're not going to discuss it because it's like the main comic people think of. But I do want to go into some other ones. All three of them are actually from Marvel, coincidentally. I need to get some DC ones if I can find some, but there is one for sure I know about, but that'll be another video. So first one I want to talk about is a Great Society. They showed up in the 2015 leading up to the Secret Wars run with the Beyonders. And this was a team from a different Earth who was a stand-in for the Justice League. We have the Sun God, Superman, Boundless, who is a version of the Flash, literally has a lightning bolt on her chest just like Flash. Dr. Spectrum is a Green Lantern. They can use the power of the light spectrum. The Rider is a much scarier and kind of cooler looking version of Batman. The Jovian is a stand-in for Martian Manhunter. And the Known is a little trickier if you don't know a lot of characters, but this is a stand-in for Dr. Fate, who is essentially kind of like Doctor Strange for DC, but very, very different. All right, the next one I want to talk about is a fun one where Barry Allen, aka The Flash, went to the Marvel Universe. Oh boy. So he shows up and he races a bunch of really fast people and wins the race because, of course, he does. And they kind of nicknamed him Fast Forward. And he says he doesn't know his name. He has amnesia because Marvel can't really call him Barry Allen legally because DC. So they name him Buried Alien is the nickname he's given. And he says in another page that Buried Alien is not his name, obviously, but it's something close to his name. That's all he knows. Then he's called the fastest man alive after he wins the race. And he says that title sounds right because that is the Flash's title, the fastest man alive. It's his catchphrase. And he's described as an extra dimensional from a different alternate Earth. So that confirms it, if there wasn't enough evidence already, aside from wearing the red and gold, that he's got the Flash's colors. He has a different suit because, again, this is Marvel, not DC. They can't call him Barry Allen. They can't have him in the same suit, but it is the same colors. He's the fastest man alive, and he's from a different Earth. This is undoubtedly Barry Allen the Flash. Now, the last one I want to talk about, which is going to require more explanation than this one, is from a Thor comic a few years back with a character called the Black Winter who shows up in Marvel. There's a lot that goes on, and most of it doesn't matter for this video, but he's a more scary version of Galactus. He eats whole realities, and he gives Thor some exposition on who he is and what he does. And he mentions this other universe he went to where they had gods who fought against him. Now, this is DC, or at least a version of DC, because you see the red and blue flying through the air. This is Superman, a sun god. Also, this whole building is literally the Daily Bugle. That's how it looks in DC Comics with the big ball on top. This is undoubtedly Metropolis. A sun god, a god of emerald light, that is Green Lantern, Superman and Green Lantern, a god of dark, perhaps. And this is fun because he says perhaps, because Batman is not truly a god, even though the writers have made him that way sometimes. A god of the oceans, Aquaman, obviously. A god of speed, the Flash. I'm a little torn on who the god of strength is. My first thought might be Darkseid, because he is a god and he's incredibly strong, but this is referencing the Justice League, and the only one left really is Cyborg, who's not really what you would think of strength-wise. So I'm not really sure what to make of that, but it's definitely referring to the Justice League. Even the colors. The Flash here, Green Lantern there, Superman there. It looks like Batman is hovering over here, like flying a little bit. At least I assume this is Batman, since the colors stand out. But anyway, this universe, he goes on, like so many before it, has leagues of gods, leagues, Justice League. And he gives a little more exposition, and he says that the people unified together and they power of hope, basically. And let's go on to the next frame. And this is where it gets really interesting because I want to talk about this big time. Will not be enough. Like, their combined efforts will not matter in the case when he comes. Now, this hand grasping the universe is a common symbol in DC for when the universe is created and sometimes destroyed. This was seen in, I don't remember the exact comics, but there's been multiple instances of different versions of this playing out. One being seemingly the presence or the source, the god of DC. Another time Perpetua did this, which was more recently in the it was leading up to like Dark Knight Death Metal and things like that, where it's revealed that Perpetua created the DC multiverse. She does this symbol with the hand. I believe Dr. Manhattan even did it once, although it's a little big. I don't think it's meant to be taken in the same way, but this is a symbol of the creation of the universe in DC constantly. So what Black Winter is saying here is, for they too will face the power, the eyes of the Black Winter. It's hard to read this. I should zoom in a little bit better. Apologies. They too will look into the eyes of the Black Winter, and they will see their stone-faced avatar. Now we're talking about DC here. Keep this in mind. They will see their stone-faced avatar of their one true end. For them, their Omega, the one who is. This is 100% referring to Darkseid, and I will break it down why. Firstly, the stone-faced avatar. If you know what Darkseid looks like, his face literally looks like a rock that's been chiseled with eyes and a mouth. His face looks like gray stone. And if that's not enough, don't worry, I got more. For them, their Omega. The Omega symbol is Darkseid's logo, quite literally. Not even sugar. This is not even subtle. The one who is. Darkseid is known many times for saying Darkseid is. Because Darkseid is the embodiment of evil, and he will always return no matter how many times he's defeated. Darkseid is a phrase he uses. And they're staring at the encroaching dark. These mighty heroes will do what everyone before them has done. They will cry and scream and pray for their gods to save them. And seemingly it does not work because, as you see, the universe seems to be crushed in his hand. Or whatever goes on. He doesn't say what happens after this. But these are my three references. The Great Society from leading up to Secret Wars. Barry Allen visiting the Marvel Universe. And the Black Winter implying that the DC Universe, through him, was destroyed by him taking the form of Darkseid. Because that's what Black Winter does. I should have said that a minute ago. He takes the form of whatever your true end is. So when Thor sees him in the comic, he's taking... When Galactus sees him in the comic, he takes the form of Thor because Thor was the one who was going to kill Galactus according to the Black Winter. So he's saying that the form that this universe takes, their avatar, their end, the Omega, is the form he takes when he wiped out this reality. And he's clearly referencing Darkseid again. Stone-faced avatar. Their Omega, the one who is. Darkseid with the Omega symbol is the constant enemy of the DC multiverse, and it always returns. Even when he's killed, he will always come back. So he is the representation Black Winter will take when he destroys the DC universe. But there we go. Those are my three. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found this informative. And if you're interested, I will do more of these because I do have a few more I could have put in this video. Yeah, I don't really know what happened with the video, but I cannot make myself re-record it all that again, so I just stitched this onto the end. But oh, you made it this far, and if you did, awesome. Let me know your thoughts, and if you want me to do more of these, I will definitely do more. Appreciate it, you, if you made it to the end of this video. I know this was a little longer than I wanted it to be. Thank you. Till next time.